Welcome back to the 30 Days of Serviced Accommodation series. In this video, I'm going to give you my top 3 lessons on what to avoid when trying to scale your businesses quickly. These are lessons that I've learned, and I'm pretty sure that most entrepreneurs would echo the same, but they're hugely important if you want to scale a business quickly. You've got to get out your own way half of the time. Number 1 is getting stuck in operations. I've coached hundreds of entrepreneurs in this sector, and I see it time and time again where they have great success based on the information that I give them to find deals. They start acquiring, a handful of deals very quickly, 30, 60, 90 days typically, and then they crash because they don't remove themselves from the operations like I tell them to. Quite often, people want to do it themselves. They think that they're saving money, but what they don't realize is they are limiting their ability to get out there and source, especially things like they'll do the DIY themselves. They think that saving $2,000 doing DIY themselves and taking 3 weeks to set it up versus paying someone to do it in 2 days is better. It's not, because then you're losing out on 3 weeks worth of bookings. It's always this trade-off of cost versus investment. But you've got to get out of the operations. If you don't get out the operations as quick as possible, you'll get sucked in and your portfolio will stop growing. You should always be focusing on acquiring property. Sales and marketing. We're a sales business and we're a marketing business. That's what we are as serviced accommodation empires. You must focus on those two 80-90% of your time. Get out of the operations. The operations will take up 100% of your time if you're not careful. And that leads me on to point number 2. Cost versus investment mindset. This typically happens around staff. People don't want to come out of the ops because they don't want to invest in staff. Notice I use the word invest, not cost. They think it's a cost. They think, I'm going to add £2,000 worth of wages. I'm not going to earn as much money. My profit's going to go down. What they don't realize is every staff member is an investment as long as you give them clear direction and you have them in the right channels, or their zone of genius, as I call it. Never multiply the roles, just have them in their zone of genius. They will become an investment. They will give you an ROI. You might pay them $2,000, they will give you $5,000 back. It's either in time or money, depending if they're on the sales side, they'll bring in sales. If they're on the administration side, the ops, they will give you the time back to go out and sell more. So you have to make sure that you're coming from an investment-based mindset when recruiting your team rather than a cost mindset, because that's only going to keep you in scarcity, which we talked about on yesterday's video, and that mindset is damaging, really damaging, and it will limit your growth. The final point is chasing low income revenue streams, and I made this mistake. So as you build, you're here to be a millionaire, you need 7-8 revenue streams, In this business of property, we can have multiple revenue streams within the same business. At one point I had a clean and linen service, I had a furniture service, I've got my STR management service, I've got my STR owned service, my STR rented services, we had consultancy services. There were so many of these services that I was chasing, trying to create all these different revenue streams. But what I didn't realize was some of these revenue streams were bringing in very low amounts of income versus the time that they were taking up from either myself or my team. And that was then distracting us from the high income generating tasks, and therefore we were making less money because we were distracted by the low income generating tasks. So whilst I'm an advocate of adding revenue streams into your business, just make sure they are the right ones. Or what I would probably advocate is pick 2 or 3 that are really profitable for your business and just expand the hell out of them. Why do you need all the little ones? There'll be some revenue streams within your business that will make 3 to possibly even 10 times more than the single revenue streams, and therefore you are better just focusing your efforts on them, picking up 1, 2, 3 more clients on those revenue streams, then 10, 20, 30 clients on the low income streams, because they need more support, they need more managing, they need more time. So you want to be trying to reduce the time down that you're spending and increase the amount of money. And that is one thing that I've learned. And I am a bit of I like to jump around, I like to try things, I'll always say yes to stuff. So I am a bit where I'll have got that, that's a money making machine. But what I'm learning and have learned over the last probably 5 years is try and stay in your lane as well, and try and whatever you're doing good, just do more of it. And that will increase your profits and also reduce your time invested. So they're my top 3 mistakes that I would look to avoid when scaling your empires. Yesterday's video gave you the top 5 reasons how to scale your empire. So hopefully now you're fully equipped, and I look forward to watching your empires grow. If you're enjoying the content of this series, please share it, please tell everybody about it and get them to subscribe to the channel, and make sure you are subscribed as well. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the types of insurance that you need for your serviced accommodation business to ensure that you're protected at all times.